June, what did you do that for? I was reading.
You were fast asleep.
I was not asleep. I was mulling over a point.
Do you usually make a noise like a blocked drain when you mull?
Look, you've lost my place now.
Well, it shouldn't be too difficult to find, darling. You've been reading that all the week and you haven't passed page 3 yet.
This is very complicated stuff. I mean, the firm likes their sales managers to keep abreast of the latest selling techniques, and they've sent me this refresher course.
It's certainly refreshing the way you use it. All you have to do is open it and you're out like a light.
June, I do not criticise the muck you read. Kindly refrain from throwing brickbats at my reading matter.
Muck? I don't read muck.
Well, what is this marvellous stuff you're reading here, then? 20 tales of torture, death and terror. Oh, hardly the apex of culture, I'd say.
There are some very fine authors in that collection. There's H.G. Wells, Poe, Dickens.
I see. Which of the geniuses are you reading now? Bloodbath at Mortmere Manor by Marvin Pratt. Oh, yeah. Oh, a very classy author, Marvin. One of the Bloomsbury Pratts, wasn't he?
Well, I didn't say they were all classic authors.
With an obscene squelching sound, the loathsome creature flopped down the dark corridor to where she was writhing in agony. Poetry, sheer poetry.
May I have it back, please?
Hang on. And all the while was heard the hideous laughter of the 9th Earl of Mortmere as he swung the pickling bottle containing the last... Oh, June, how disgusting.
I wasn't really enjoying it.
Oh, I can see that. You've only managed to read about 400 pages of it.
I happen to like the occasional scary read.
In that case, you'll go and read all the unpaid bills in the bureau. They'll frighten the pants off you. June, can't you get something better? What about one of the books from the book club I joined last year?
That is from the book club you joined last year.
Well, what about improving your mind with a classic work?
When did you last read a classic work?
I'm reading one at the moment, actually.
Oh, not War and Peace still.
As a matter of fact, it is, yeah.
Terry, you started reading that when it was on the telly. Must be 6 years ago.
It's a very long book.
Couldn't have taken that long to write it.
But, June, there are some books you can race through and others must be savoured and...
Mulled over.
Precisely.
Have you passed page 3 in that yet?
Well, of course I have. I must be on... Crikey, it must be at least...
Page 5.
Right. For that, I shall go downstairs and show you exactly what page I've got to.
Oh, darling, I was only teasing. Come back to bed.
No,
Come
June,
on.
you have challenged my integrity. You'll just have to pine for my little white body till my point is proved. Freeze your marrow with Mortmere Manor till I get back.
Oh, Terry.
Right.
Now, where was I? The pickling bottle with the... Oh, you are rotten, honestly. You're a monster sometimes.
Can't help it, you bring out the beast in me. Titbits, Turf Guide, Tolstoy. June, what did you do that for? You made me lose my place again.
I know you'll think I'm joking, but there is something outside the bedroom window.
I see.
It's true.
Making an obscene squelching sound, is it?
No, it's more of a tapping.
Ha! It's probably the 9th Earl of Mortmere with his pickling bottle again.
Darling, please be serious. There is something there.
Oh, it's probably the branch of a tree.
No, there aren't any trees that near the house.
No, there aren't. What's the day today?
21st.
And it's the full moon, isn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Well, that explains it.
What?
On the night of the 21st, when the moon is full, the headless window washer of Pearly wanders abroad, rattling his ghostly bucket and swinging his phantom chamois leather.
Daddy, come and investigate.
All right. Hang on for a minute.
What are you doing?
Can't be too careful. Oh, June, I should keep your throat well covered if I were you.
Oh.
Just to be on the safe side.
Very funny. Oh.
Shut up. No, nothing like that. Nothing at all.
I distinctly heard tapping.
I believe you.
Twice.
I believe you.
Do you?
Yes.
No, do you really?
Yes.
You're not just saying that.
Yes.
You mean, yes, you are just saying that, or yes, you're not just saying that?
Yes, I'm not just saying that. I honestly believe you thought you heard tapping. All right then, darling. Good night.
Terry, I didn't think I heard tapping. I heard it. All right?
It's the same thing. Good night.
It's not the same thing, darling.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Now, I just want to get this straight, and then I promise not another word.
Oh,
Terry. No, listen, please. If you say I heard tapping, then obviously you think I heard it. If you say I thought I heard tapping, you think I didn't hear it. Well, I didn't think I heard it, all right? Good night.
I didn't mean I didn't think you heard it. When I say I think you heard it, I think you heard it, which is not the same as saying I think you didn't hear it.
Do you think I heard it?
I think you heard it.
I heard it!
All right, you heard it. You didn't think you heard it. I don't think you thought you heard it. You heard it, all right?
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Terry?
I heard it.
Do you just think you heard it, or do you...
I heard it. Where's the poker?
It's over there. Oh, do be careful, darling. It might be a peeping Tom.
What would a peeping Tom be doing tapping on the window unless he wants to open the curtain so we can see a bit better? There's a perfectly simple explanation for this. I hope.
You'd better watch out. My husband's coming to the window and he's got a double-barreled shotgun.
Don't say that, for heaven's sake. I mean, if there's somebody out there, I shall look an absolute idiot with this in my hand. Don't interfere, please. Anybody out there? I can't see anything. Oh, yes.
What? What is it?
Ah, this could be very tricky.
What are you doing?
Steady. Steady. Got it! Ouch!
What?
The bloody thing's bit me!
What is it?
It's a ferocious man-eating budgerigar. Good! Look at him having a go at me. Good!
Oh, isn't he lovely?
Yeah, but close the window. Oh.
I wonder who he belongs to.
Well, the way he's pecking me to death, it must be one of Alfred Hitchcock's.
Oh, darling, let's take him down to the kitchen and give him something to eat.
He's getting plenty to eat at the moment. Oh, what can I put him in? Oh, yes, I know.
Oh, no, Terry, not that.
We haven't used it for years.
You never know. It might come in very handy.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. When was the last time either of us wore a hat?
Yes, you're trying to say something, aren't you? Come along then, talk to your mummy. Oh, who's a pretty boy then? Who's a pretty dog? Oh, why don't you want to talk to mummy?
Because you're a nutcase. If you carried on like that to me, I wouldn't want to talk to you either. I mean, that's the mistake people make with animals and children. You should talk to them as you would talk to an ordinary adult human being. Now, come on, Budgerigar, if you've got to say something, for heaven's sake, say it. Dickie wants a bicky.
That sounded like Dickie wants a bicky.
No, very reasonable, isn't it? Dickie wants a bicky. Do you want a bicky, Dickie? I'll get you a special Dickie Bicky tomorrow, then.
Oh, no. We can't keep him, darling. Obviously, somebody's lost him. You'll have to take him to the police station tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty. I was getting quite excited at the prospect of hanging on to him.
Of course, there's no reason why we shouldn't buy one, if you like. We've often talked about having a pet.
Yeah, not a budgerigar. I mean, it must be something more exotic than that.
I've always fancied a poodle.
Oh, no. We're not having a poodle, one of those mamby-pamby puffy sort of dogs. Good. No, if we had a dog, it'd be a real man's, like a Great Dane or an Irish Wolfhound, something to terrorise the traffic wardens and keep the neighbours in check.
What would you say to a Siamese cat?
Hello, pussy.
When your wit reaches those heights, I know it's past your bedtime. Good night, Dickie. Say good night. Mummy's going to beddy pies. Say good night, Mummy.
Oh, crikey, we'll be hanging on here all night waiting for that to happen.
Say good night, Dickie. Good night.
Oh, for heaven's sake, say good night, you surly brute.
Good night.
Shall we go to bed now, then?
How on earth did you manage that?
Well, you know me. I've always had a way with the birds. Jude!
Hello, darling. Any luck at the police station?
Yes, in fact, the little old lady who lost it came in while I was there. It was quite a touching reunion, actually.
Oh, how lovely. Did you bring the hat box back?
No, I let him keep it. My God knows he put a big enough deposit on it.
Terry, don't go in the living room just yet.
Why, what's happened?
Well, darling, just after you left this morning, Doris Middleback phoned.
Doris who?
Oh, darling, no, you don't know her, actually, but she's been marvellous help to me since I moved here. She's Kathy Jeffrey's sister-in-law.
Kathy who?
Oh, you know Kathy, darling. Yes, she lives next door to Miriam.
Miriam?
Our neighbour, 3 doors along at the old house.
3 doors long.
Used to be married to Bob Pritchett.
Oh, good old Bob Pritchett.
You remember Bob, then?
No. I just said that because I was feeling left out of things.
Anyway, Doris Middleback phoned, and she's recently moved to Purley herself, and she doesn't know many people.
She knows a damn sight more people than I do.
Well, this friend who was going to look after her dog while they're away on holiday suddenly turns out to be allergic to it. So she asked us if we'd look after him instead. And after our little talk last night, I said, yes, all right. Is that all right?
Of course it is. Yeah, it'll be good to take it out for walkies after supper. Where is it?
It's in the kitchen.
Oh, go on in, boy. Whereabouts?
In the basket under the table.
I am not taking Nan out for walks. It's not a dog, it's a long-haired rat.
Oh, Terry, how can you say that? She's sweet.
Well, sweet she may be, but she's hardly the virile terroriser the traffic wardens had in mind, is it? Oh, you could just see me mincing into the pub with this under my arm. Hello, love, I'll have a large port and lemon for me. And a saucer of Pimm's for, what's her name?
Boobalinka.
Oh, that's good. That booby for short, I suppose. No, I'm sorry. You take her for walkies.
Oh, no, Terry, wait, please.
I'm sorry, I've got my reputation to think of.
Coming.
June, what have you done?
Well,
June, what's all this menagerie doing here?
I knew it would come as a bit of a shock.
A shock? A shock? You didn't need a crystal ball to foretell that.
You didn't really give me time to prepare you.
And how were you going to prepare me? Give me a chair and a whip and a pith helmet? The circus has really come to town with a vengeance, hasn't it? Crikey. Oh, what a pong.
I'm sorry, darling. I'd no idea they meant us to look after the rest of their pets as well. Seems the whole family's mad about animals.
Mad? They're more than mad. They're positively certifiable. Are they expecting a second flood, I ask myself?
It's only for the week.
A week? A week is a long... Do you realise what can happen in a week? I mean, you realise how fast rabbits can breed? We could be up to our armpits in them by Saturday.
No, darling, no. They assure me that there's only one of their pets in a interesting condition. And that's Raquel, the ferret.
The ferret? I can't see any ferret.
Well, no, she needs peace and seclusion. I've put her out in the shed.
I think I'll join her. Are you sure there's something else you haven't told me about? A walrus in the bathtub? A yak out the back?
No, this is the lot.
But, I mean, who's that making all that noise?
Oh, that's the guinea pigs. Casper and Beowulf. They think they're going to be fed.
Yeah, well, they'll be fed to Raquel the ferret if they don't shut up. We can't keep them in here, you know.
Well, I know that. I just haven't decided where to put them all yet. I thought Morris and Doris, the rabbits, could go by the back door with the guinea pigs. And then Muggeridge and Healy could go in the spare room.
Who's Muggeridge and Healy?
They're gerbils, those attractive little rats on the table. Then the white mice could go in the hall, and I thought if it's all right with you, Heckle and Jekyll and Monstro the whale can stay in here.
Monstro the whale?
The goldfish.
Oh, of course it would be, yeah.
And the terrapins, Heckle and Jekyll, those little water tortoises in there.
Oh, yeah, they're quite nice. Yeah, what do they live on?
Raw liver and earthworms.
Oh, I wish I hadn't asked that. It's going to cost a fortune to keep this lot.
Oh, no, darling, it won't cost us anything. They've left food for the week.
Including the worms?
Yes, they're in the fridge.
The fridge?
Well, we've only got to chop them up.
Oh, I'm not chopping anything up. I'll give Boobalinka her dog biscuits, and that's my lot.
Cornflakes.
What?
She's crazy about cornflakes.
All right, cornflakes, anything, as long as I don't have to chop worms up in here.
Well, I was rather hoping you'd feed Raquel for me.
The fertile ferret?
You see, because of her condition, she is a little bit temperamental.
You mean she bites?
There's a special glove you can wear.
I wouldn't go out in that shed without a suit of armour on.
She's not dangerous, darling. Provided you're careful.
I'll tell you how careful I'll be. You can slice some meat up thin and I'll shove it under the door. What's this in here, then?
Starsky, the grass snake.
Snake? Snake where? Where?
He's in there somewhere.
There's nothing in here.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Terry, shut the door and watch where you're stepping.
QB's come out!
That's all right, darling. It's not poisonous.
What, he wouldn't have to bite me to prove fatal? Just the sight of it would give me a heart attack.
If we stand very still and look round, we should be able to spot him.
You stand still. I'm going to fix myself a drink.
Oh, darling, do help me look for him.
Oh, it'll turn up somewhere. It's tied up! Wrap round the bottle!
Terry, don't yell like that. You'll scare him.
Scare him? What do you think he's done to me? Look at my hands, look!
Oh, darling, that's nothing. They always shake like that before the first drink of the evening.
That is not true.
I know it isn't. Look, you hold Boobalinka while I put Starsky back in his hutch. Did you hear what I said?
Oh, I'm glad one of us has got something to laugh at.
Terry, you're not going to sulk, are you?
No, of course. I'm just not very happy about all this. I mean, I wish you'd have consulted me before you let them stay here. I mean, when Mrs. Middleback turned up with all this lot, you should have been very firm, and you should have said it was all right for Boobalinka to stay here, but they'd have to find accommodation for the other animals.
Why are you scratching?
Well, why do you think I'm scratching? Because I'm itching, of course. Take that mutt away!
You couldn't have caught fleas off Boobalinka.
Well, I didn't catch them off the terrapins.
She's such a clean little dog.
Well, how can you tell? With all that hair, she could be hiding a flock of seagulls, let alone a couple of fleas.
She has not got fleas.
Tona! What's that, then? What's that? Here, there's another one. Here.
They're not fleas. They're ants.
Ants?
Oh, Lord!
What?
Oh, it's all my fault. I'm sorry.
What?
I must have left the lid off the ant farm.
You forgot to tell me about an ant farm?
It's only a little ant farm and they're no trouble.
What do you mean, no trouble? They're crawling all over me. I'm going to have a bath and get rid of them.
Oh, no, Terry.
Oh, don't worry. I'll put a stopper in the bath. You can fish them out afterwards and give them the kiss of life.
I am responsible for all these animals.
Yes, you are. And I'm telling you this. If anything else escapes me, a snake at the sherry or ants in my pants, you can sleep in the shed with the ferrets.
Kill!
Margaret! Hello, Whipsnade Zoo. Oh, hello, Mrs. Middleback. Yes, all your pets are settling down very well. Yes. No? What? No, there's no change in Raquel. No. Will you shut up? I'm on the phone to your mother. But, no, yes, you can tell your family that all your pets are being taken good care of. Yeah. We didn't give them the answer bath. Yeah, oh, they're all very happy. Look, if you're going to whine, for heaven's sake, whine cheerfully. Oh, yes, that's Boobalinka, yes. she's making the noise she makes when she wants to go. Go where? She's been. I mean, what, regularly? Yes, 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 oh, for heaven's sake, yes, we're always letting her out, yes. Get up! Pardon? Yes. Oh, she always comes back. You sound surprised. What? She has a tendency to run away, even with you? Oh, just a moment, Mrs. Middleback. Where are you? Come back, you daft dog.
Terry, you haven't let her out, have you?
Well, I couldn't let her do it. Shh! I couldn't let her do it in here.
She runs away.
I know that now. Well, go after her before she runs too far. Hello, Mrs. Middleback. Everything's under control. Oh, good heavens, no, we wouldn't accept a penny. No, we shan't be sending you a bill at the end of the week for looking after your lovely little creatures. No. Well, you know the old song, Gerbills have no bills at all. No, don't you worry about a thing. Bye. Oh, why enough for both of us.
I can't see her anywhere.
Oh, I suppose I'll have to go after her.
Yes, hang on. You'll need these.
What?
Cornflakes.
I'm not carting these about with you.
Terry, it's the only way you'll get her to come to you.
Oh, all right.
I'll wait up for you.
How long do you think this is going to take?
She has been found as far away as Reading.
On those little feet? Well, she's out of luck tonight. If she's not in the immediate vicinity, she's had her chips. And she's had her cornflakes as well. Here, Boobalinka. Here, good girl. Cornflakes. Get your cornflakes. Booby, booby, booby. Booby. There's a nice booby then.
What do you think you're playing at?
Oh, I do beg your pardon. I was looking for a pet, a little bitch.
You've watched what you're saying in front of my fiancée.
Hey, Tim Russell.
Oh, there's no need for that, I assure you. I'm quite harmless, really.
He's one of them cornflake freaks.
No, Booby's the one. These are boobies.
I said watch what you're saying.
Hey, Tim.
I'm sorry I barged in. Just carry on with what you were doing. Good night.
Know something?
Yes?
You're sick.
Yes, you're quite right. Sick of looking at this flipping dog. Booby? Boobalinka? Boobalinka, where are you, you miserable mutt? Is that you, Booby? What are you doing in there? Hang on.
What's your guy?
I was looking for a dog.
You found one, haven't you?
Oh, not that one. This is a little hairy one.
Don't make any sudden moves, sir. Enough trouble holding him as it is.
No. I won't move a muscle. Does your dog like cornflakes? I beg your pardon?
Back off, slowly.
I'm sorry, I thought you said something else.
Report your dog to the nearest station.
Yes, I will. Right away. And carry on. You're doing a grand job. And you. Lovely.
Terry,
Is she back yet?
you mean you haven't found her?
No, not a sign. I'm packing it in.
Oh, darling, you can't. Think of that poor little animal.
Well, think of this poor little animal. It's after midnight.
Well, that's what's so awful. She's only 2.5, you know.
Yeah, but I'm in dog years. That's 18. I mean, and she's a teenager.
Well, that's worse. I mean, you know what the dogs are like round here. Anything on 4 legs.
Yeah. All right. But where does Mrs. Middleback live? I see she's gone back there.
Good. 29 Roland Road.
Oh, well, she's not there. I'm coming home.
All right, darling, I'll fix you something to eat. You must be starving.
Oh, no, I've finished most of the cornflakes. Oh, June, by the way, if another little lost bird comes tapping at your window, tell it to budgerigar off. Booby, are you in there? Oh, Booby, it's me. It's me, Terry, your friend. You know me. Look, it's me, Terry. Oh, just a minute. Yeah. Hello, dear. Come on in. Come on. Come on out. Come on. Oh, not hanging about here all that. Go, dear. Vincent van Gogh, what you must have been through. Oh, I know you're in there, love. I suppose I'll have to come and get you. Oh, dear. Oh, I see her. Daddy's coming. Right, Booby. Yes, I am. You stay there, then. Oh, help me. Oh, dear. Oh, hello. I've come about the dog. Crikey, you've grown, haven't you?
Dad! It's a bird!
Oh, my God, it's the wrong house. Oh, help. Oh, dear. Please stop where you are. I can explain everything. Oh. Damn. Don't move a
a muscle.
Would you mind if I took my feet out of your washing up bowl?
Stay where you are.
But it's ruining Miss Swade's.
You should have thought of that earlier.
Well, you see, we've lost a little dog, you see, and I thought yours was it.
Randolph's not a little dog. He's a big one.
I know, he's a hell of a size, isn't he? It was dark, you see.
There's someone at the door, Leonard.
You better go. I've got to keep an eye on him.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. My name's Medford. I'm assistant sales manager of Place Safe Fire Extinguishers.
You've got an odd way of selling fire extinguishers, haven't you?
I wasn't selling anything. I was looking for a little dog. It's not even my little dog.
Wait a minute. Are you a vivisectionist?
Certainly not. I'm CRV.
It's all right, Leonard. It's his wife.
His accomplice, more like.
Well, it was not his mistake, Leonard. She's explained everything.
Yes, it was all my fault. I'm terribly sorry, darling. It was Roland Street, not Roland Road. I realised the minute I put the phone down.
Fat lot of good it was then.
Why are you standing in the sink?
Washing my feet. What do you think?
I'm sorry if I doubted you, Mr. Medford. And believe me, if ever I need a fire extinguisher, you're the man I'll come to.
That's a great comfort, thank you.
One bit of good news, darling. Boobalinka came back all by herself.
Ooh, I can't wait to get my hands on her.
Terry.
Now listen to me, June.
What?
If ever I toy with the idea of getting a pet again, please take me to the vet immediately and have me put down. Good night.
Oh, and don't take it out on Boobalinka, darling. I was the one who sent you to the wrong address.
As far as I'm concerned, you're both in the doghouse. Look at my shoes and socks. I catch pneumonia.
Yes, you ought to take those off.
You're sure none of our little guests are crawling around on the floor in there?
No, they're all safely tucked up for the night.
You mean the ants didn't wait up to give me a good night bite?
I'm afraid not, darling. You must be losing your insects appeal.
Hello, gang. Noah's back.
Now, you take your wet shoes and socks off, and I'll fix you some food. I bet you could eat a horse.
Yeah, I prefer something that'll go on a plate.
There's a steak waiting for you in the kitchen.
Won't have to wait long, I tell you. Oh, but while you're out there, get me something for this cold I've got coming on, will you?
Well, I'll have a look. I think we've run out of aspirin.
Oh, perhaps Boobalinka could spare me a couple of Bob Martins. You're the only dogs I'm going to pamper now. Hello, little terrapins. I've got nothing against you. Cheers. That should bring you out of your shells.
Darling?
Yep.
Oh, you're feeling better.
Oh, much, yeah.
You're not still annoyed with Boobalinka, then?
Of course not. It wasn't her fault. She doesn't know any better, silly little thing.
Oh, and you don't think she misbehaves on purpose?
Of course not. I mean, you can't compare an animal with a human being. They haven't got the intelligence.
Perhaps you're right.
Of course I'm right. I mean, why do they call them dumb animals? We of the superior intellect must be magnanimous towards our little furry friends.
Oh, darling, I'm so glad you feel like that.
Why?
She's just eaten your steak.
Oh, yeah.